Sup nerds, we're live. We're having a good time. Hi everyone and welcome back. We are episode 6 of season 2 of Morphs in the Swamp. This is an Animorphs tabletop game based off of Blades in the Dark, as it's called Hacks in the Dark, done by our friend 4. We're just gonna do this thing where we go around and we're like, hey, what's your name? What's your character? And the question of the day is, it's 1998 in the game. And the Winter Olympics are just around the corner. So, what are your Winter Olympic and your characters' Winter Olympic go-to? Like, you just gotta watch it. And of course, starting us is, as always, is Ollie.
Hi, I'm Ollie, and I play Javier. He's the prince. I don't know why I'm talking as a newscaster, but his Olympic sport of choice has to be snowboarding. But a close second, and maybe like a guilty pleasure, is figure skating.
Hell yeah! It's so creative!
I think he sits down with his moms and watches that all the time.
Tonight at 9, gorilla with a gun. Sorry. So yeah, figure skating and yeah, fair. Mm-hmm.
Next up is me. I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny. Most is on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. And I play Riley the Estrine, all-around fan, geek, and fantasy nerd. And before moving to this unnamed town that we are in, Riley's originally from Racine, Wisconsin. So it's probably a tie between curling and hockey.
Next, I'm Nilsine Daydam. I'm playing Tony, our Battleborn, who is almost certainly hockey. And I'm going to say the luge because it's just really interesting to watch, frankly.
The what?
The one where it's like the bobsled, but it's one dude, and they go in like a tube, basically, really fast.
Where he lays down on the sled and he goes,
oh,
no!
yeah!
Yep.
Okay.
I love Luke.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hi, I'm Arnica. I play our Andalite, Effie, Ishire. And let's see, me personally, we have the exact same ones. I'm not even gonna lie. For the exact same reasons. For you see, Effie caught Javier sneaking and watching some reruns of some Winter Olympics. With Javier, she sat down. The two of them watched Brian Boitano do Cuban Pete, the rerun from 1994. We're secret figure skating buddies. Also, if you're too young and you weren't alive and you've never seen Brian Boitano do Cuban Pete from The Mask, 1994 Winter Olympics, go catch it on YouTube. It's right there right now. Not right now, but when we're done with this, you're going to laugh your ass off. He was so funny. And also, bobsledding.
Yeah.
And it's because someone was watching Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
Everything Effie knows about Earth is from these three and TV. Cool Runnings was on the Disney Channel. We were
network TV even, but that's okay because Cool Running probably, since the Olympics are like coming around, like because ABC,
it's gonna be playing
on,
ABC at night, Sunday night. They were upside down and they picked it up and walked anyway.
Like, straight up, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know the Winter Olympics existed until I saw Cool Running. Like, that was like my introduction, and then from them I'm always about the Jamaican bobsled team. But in general, now that I'm like in Canada and like winter sports is a thing, I still don't understand hockey quite yet as a sport. Like, I understand why people like it. I don't understand the rules of hockey quite yet. But as I was in a bar watching curling, I was riveted. Like, absolutely riveted with curling. I was just like, they're just sweeping the ice for it to move in a certain way? Like, this is insane! Like, it was incredibly exciting. I also live in a city that the Winter Olympics happened at, so I did not live here when it happened. But my husband did, and apparently that was a thing. I think might be in the pool soon. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's so hey, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the Winter Olympics of 1998. We'll see. But this is a game that does take place in the 90s. And there are the appropriate content warnings that come from existing in the 90s. In a Gulf state that is shaped like a boot. For those who are not cis, straight, white, or Catholic. So those things happen as part of the world. We're all sort of taking care of ourselves behind the scenes here when it comes to those things, and we don't do anything that we don't give an okay about. On top of that, this is an Animorphs game, and if you've read the books for 10-year-olds, it's incredibly violent, and it's about the horrors of war and the horrors of child soldiers. So all of that happens. And today we will probably also be tackling issues on a phobia on drowning. So, because there's a lot of water, and one of our characters has developed a trauma when it comes to large bodies of water since they almost drowned. But yeah, with that, and of course, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations, just as Nightbot had said. Every 100 bits gets a reroll. Subscriptions give an extra dice. You can donate through Coffee or Streamlabs to give an idea to the Game Master. And there is a sliding scale for that. I will also accept $5 donations for auto crits, and $10 the $10 donations is sort of where I'm starting the ideas. And again, we don't cross lines of veils. It's to my discretion about that idea. If not, I will figure out a way for you to help the game if your idea doesn't quite work. Okay. I think that's all I got. It's been a couple weeks. Since it's been it's been a good 10 days. It's been longer than 10 days since I've played. I think it's been a while since I've been in front of a camera on my own space. But we're here, we're queer, we're playing some Animorphs. Okay, so last time, y'all tell me, when do y'all remember what happened last time? What did y'all do?
I don't know. We were making out a lot of the time. I forgot.
There was some making out, yes. Y'all did some investigation rolls to figure some shit out, and y'all found some shit out.
We did. I turned into a monkey and I put on a little book bag.
Turned into a chimp, not a monkey. You don't have a tail.
I know I am an ape, but also, I turned into a monkey. So I turned into a chimp. I ran into a cornfield, the natural home of such primates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And I broke into the Yerk thing that Tony brought back. And found out a whole bunch of really great information. I drew a semi-terrible but still plausible map of a salt cave by a lake. And what we're pretty sure is the exact oil drill derrick that we don't want it to be. I discovered that a nuclear bomb is not the little tiny black things they show on cartoons, but is in fact an early stage of fission weapons that humans have mastered. I didn't know they had done that. How terrible. There may or may not be a rift. They're getting ready to open a rift. The Yerks want to go back to when there's nobody to stop them and just get all in everybody's business and conquer the whole universe while everyone else is still thumbs up their ass trying to discover toilet paper. What buttholes. We may or may not have acquired someone's mom, your mom, and we're definitely planning a trip to probably not SeaWorld. I believe the more close aquarium in Louisiana, but we're going to need some underwater morphs because we have to go swimming. I'm so fucking excited to go swimming. Can't you tell?
I also connected with the California team.
Yeah.
Got some information from them, and it seems like they may be joining us.
Yes. Or some of them would be joining you. In fact, just to kind of give a little bit of a scene before we get into our engagement roll. Effie and Tony, who are please put your names in the Zoom so that when I look at it, I'd be like, that's the name I'm using to call y'all today. Effie and Tony, who were hanging out in the in the forest, probably watching Cool Runners on ABC. It's not very quiet because these aren't quiet flyers, but you do hear the flapping of wings, and next to you land two birds of prey in a tree, a rail-tailed hawk and a northern harrier. Don't know if y'all know what those are, but that's what they land. And you hear in I wouldn't say it's like cheerful thought speak, but somewhat enthusiastic. And Tony, you recognize him from when y'all were in space together. This is Tobias as the hawk, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to see a guy about a bomb."
Oh, hey, yeah, Effie. This is some of the other people we kind of had told you about.
Let me tell you, getting from Northern California to Louisiana in mass transit was difficult, but we did it. And that's kind of like when the Harrier lands and the demorphin process begins. And Effie, this is accidentally the young Andalite that you have been eager to meet.
So, this is awesome. I am not at all embarrassed. I'm definitely not just sitting here, like, just sprawled out, as comfortable and moose-like as I could sprawl. I don't actually know how far.
There's an old mattress that has just been like pulled in. Like y'all have just collected old pieces of furniture from the side of the highway. Like people have just left for sure. Like...
Cool. So I'm hanging out on a mattress that at least 3 generations of drunk high schoolers have lost their virginity on, watching a Cool Runnings rerun on a TV that I'd saved. I'd let my friend whip his own ass so I could save a TV. I'm sitting here seriously thinking about asking if Tony has any snacks and putting on Javier's head so that I can eat a snack. Like, I'm just sitting here stupid. And now here's... Cool. No, this is fine. I get to my feet real quick, and I've got my tail kind of ducked. It's low. It's behind me. It's almost wrapped around my ankle. It's not a standard position for an Andalite to hold their tail, but you know what? Tony doesn't know, and the boy is barely paying attention. I drop into a very standard greeting. Yeah, Aximili, we are so glad to see you are. People have been deeply concerned about you.
Axe just sort of like, and after he finishes, and there's a second Andalite standing before you, Tony. There's 2 in the same space.
Good.
Yeah, one of them has an actual tail blade instead of a tail club.
Yeah.
This
is fine.
Yeah. There's a part of Axe that probably, like, the way that he shifts, it's... Both of you would probably notice, if... It's uncomfortableness. Like... And it's probably about being in your presence, Effie. And... Effie, you hear... in private thought speak from Axe. Were you a part of the virus mission.
And I pause because I'm not like, I didn't even use them as a cover, but is he gonna trust me if I say yes? Should I have been part of the virus mission? Fuck, there is so much information I don't have access to. I'm gonna tell him the truth, but I also pause just a little bit too long before I say no.
The tension in his body visibly relaxes. Ah, good. I did not have a good experience with the last of my people that landed here. It is good to see you. I have heard of you, Eastrit.
Hey, you know what? I think I should get the others, guys. Tony's just gonna book it.
Tobias is like, do you want some company? I can...
Sure.
Cool. And this hawk flies with you. I don't know if you're gonna burn up or what, but wherever you're going, he's gonna go with you. And when there's a moment, Axe is like, do you have questions?
Valdry scream, Valdry scream, Valdry scream.
From what we understand, they're going to rip a time portal open. So,
out of characterly, sorry, that was Axe to Effie. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's good. I just kind of, I have picked up too many gestures. I am flailing hands and I have rolled 3 eyes simultaneously. I have so many questions. What has how are we? What has happened? I have been here for months and I am still not sure what has happened. There are so many. There are not just my 3. You have some, and there are others who are stuck. There is a dog. They call him Dog Mitri, and there are so many Yerks. What is happening?
Dog Mitri. There is a very sad pause before he says, "My brother, Prince Elfangor, was killed by Visser 3. But before he did, he gave the 5 children, human children that were with me, the ability to morph so that they had a chance."
Okay, I'm gonna do a little,
because you're having this moment.
Right, whatever the Andalite version of pour one out or cross yourself, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'll give a little bit of that as soon as he says Prince Elfangor is dead. Oh shit.
And that Prince Elfangor is also the one that broke the rules. So there's two things there for you to process.
Right. Now I can do one of 2 things. I can have a nervous breakdown because this is somehow even worse than I thought, or I can make that face that Javier makes. I can make the fuck it face. Because you know what? While he was not technically my prince, because I am not a military cadet.
Yeah.
Also, this is not my fuck up.
No, it's not.
This is not my fuck up. I am following the directions of one of our mightiest war princes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I still spin this? Is there any fucking redeeming me? Oh shit. may have a little bit to I'm a little bit fidgety now. It's coming out in my body language as I'm trying to process through this. Both that, woo, that's a lot, and also this might be good for me. Little stompies.
Little stompies. He like lets you sort of process all of that information. And he's like, one second. Someone is speaking outside, so I need to go close my door. There is another piece of information, a couple of pieces of information, but yes, that is the gist of it. The reason I asked about the previous mission, did you know the details about it?
No, that was entirely outside my purview. That's true. I'm not lying.
Yeah, that is, yeah. That's true.
It was not anything I would have been privy to. Was there a different rescue mission? Did they fail? Are there others?
It was an assassination mission. They were going to release a virus that would essentially have genocided every Yerk on this planet. But it would not have spared the host. And I want you to know that I could not stand for that.
I know that the numbers are right and that it should have been a good plan, but
it wasn't.
I don't think I like that plan either.
I've been here for a few years, and my own prince, that I serve in this group, his brother is infested, and I couldn't, as well as my friend's mother, and I could not bear to do that, especially when there are also a resistance of Yerks that are trying to change their ways. I believe we should encourage it. In fact, that is...
A resistance of Yerks?
Yes. Your group did not tell you this. They are, it is what these, I guess, group C, as they would call it, is doing, is that they are, and he looks really uncomfortable again. He goes, we're letting Yerks become Nothlets of their choosing.
That's a lot. I may have to spin it in a circle 3 times like a dog. That was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he has one more bit of news to tell you too, and he just wants to give it all to you all at once, because he doesn't know how lucky he has here.
Are they and they are honorable. They are just taking their form, and if Yerks were capable of that kind of honor, then Ciro's kindness would not have been a massacre across the galaxy. It would have been a kindness.
There is... And he steps forward and puts his hand on your shoulder. He's slightly taller than you. And he, tilts his head. His eye stalks clearly keeping watch, as they naturally do, but his big green almond eyes look at you, and there's this almost like big brother feel that you get from him. He's been practicing. Like, and it's just like, there's a lot that we were told about our people and other people. And I have learned that there is more nuance to what they teach us. I'm glad you're here, sister.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
Can you believe they're trying to blow up something? Like, can you believe it? The nerve to use our shit, like, and our theories. And at that, I'm gonna cut it to Tobias and Tony. Like, as the two of them are just in their Andalite sort of thing. And one, Tobias is extremely happy that you have an owl because he can't fucking see. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And he's like, alright, so we're gonna go get your crew, right?
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, there is the jaguar girl, or the girl that is a jaguar, the guy that is a gorilla, you who was a rhino, the girl that was a rhino, and the girl that was a horse. We're gonna go get all of them, right?
Wait, what? We're gonna stop at the gorilla first. Yeah.
Alright, let's go get her. Okay. Alright. He's like...
We at least had that addressed now, so Tony's like, oh, it's that thing that I don't understand.
Right? It's like, let me tell you, having an Andalite, it was really easy for me to sort of get through in airports. I was just, going into the restroom and turning on a plane and turning back from a person to a bird was fine. And that's like the first time you've heard of that. A bird to a person. But holy shit, Andalites do not fit in airplanes bathrooms very well. And also timing that was fairly difficult.
Oh yeah, that would be that'd be very quick flights.
It's really humid out here.
I mean, I guess I'm kind of used to it. I get. Yeah, I think there's only gonna be 2 people tonight.
Oh.
Well, 3, me and 2 others. But it's something.
They're not
There's a
under
horse
control, are they?
I don't think so.
There's this long, silent mind pause. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean you don't think so?
Yeah. Javier, how are you close? Turn into something.
Yeah.
Just like sending a message, just y'all land in a tree outside your house.
Yeah.
He sets up his decoy in his bed,
Just a
pillows and all that.
He Ferris Bueller's that, like.
Yeah, hardcore.
You actually have a tape recorder of him sleeping though. That's looped.
For sure.
And then he's gonna open the... And you'll have CD players, so you just can put it on repeat. Like...
And then he's going to, because he's learned this now. Gorillas don't fit great going through the window, so he's going to hang out first and then turn into the gorilla.
I swear you had another form.
I have a mouse and a bunch of humans,
Okay.
and that's all I have written down. I'm also very bad at taking notes mid-game.
You don't there's like a moment it's just like, you don't have a bird? Like, this is out of in character. It's like, do you just walk around as a gorilla everywhere and no one here is weirded out by it?
What's
Sure.
weirder is his girlfriend's mom is a bird vegetable.
That is very weird. Like, you have access to birds and you have just chosen not to fly.
I mean, it's harder to put a backpack on a bird, okay?
If you're a big enough bird, you could just carry the backpack. I have carried many a backpack in my life. In fact, I carried one here. I left it at the camp. And I'm not that big of a bird. I actually needed, like, help.
Well, I don't know. I was too busy acquiring
People?
Yeah. I was too busy acquiring other things. We don't need to get into that.
Okay.
So, do you? We kind of need to. There's another Andalite back at camp. So we probably want to get Riley too, and you should maybe talk to Tobias, right? Tobias.
Yeah, I'm Tobias.
About the other two, who you said was with us.
Right.
Because apparently
The-
Tobias remembers them just fine.
Okay.
Like, that whole group remembers everything.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so, okay. Were you here, on Earth, whatever, and then specifying whatever date that
Yeah.
encounter happened?
Like, we went to the spaceship. We met in the spaceship together. We blew up the spaceship. And we dropped y'all back off here.
So strange.
All 5 of you.
Right. So I'm not sure if you all have encountered this, but there's a space devil, who looks like Sauron, if you've read that at all.
Tobias has
think-
definitely read The Lord of the Rings.
And point is, not a nice guy. He said they were going to be removed from the board. That was scary. They're alive. They just don't remember anything. None of these guys remembered anything about them. I was the only one who remembered. Why do you remember? That's strange.
There is, his feathers ruffle. And there's an audible squawk as you hear him curse in thought speech, a word that Tobias barely says because he's a child. Fuck. You encountered Crayak?
Yes, that's the one. I tried to touch him, but that didn't really work out.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you're familiar, though.
Great.
Maybe that's...
Oh yeah. Space Satan and Space Sauron and Space Gandalf tend to visit us now and again. We've had some run-ins. There is there's a lot. They tend to... Our world and lives are essentially their chessboard. One of them is more benevolent than the other, but I'm not...
I would happily kill them both.
Well, I mean, I'm
damn
alive
it.
because I literally exist in this world because of one of them. So
Just because they did you a kindness doesn't mean they're good. I don't know. I'm a little touchy about certain people being
No,
controlled.
that's fair. It's a good reason to be touchy on. And I'm sorry that you got caught up after we deal with the nuke. And we're here following your lead. We can figure it out.
At the very least, they don't seem to remember anything either. Or
Yeah, they seemed, for the most part, safe. You know, as safe you can be in an alien invasion.
Yeah, who knows what the space gods are thinking. So that means we have one more.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna offer. There's two birds. Can one of you hold my backpack and the other one hold me as a mouse? We moved.
yes. Wait,
The
how much
owl
did you put in your backpack this time?
Most the gun, the space gun.
The space gun, the earth gun.
The space gun, the earth gun. One knife, of course, and a change of clothes. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes. That's Tobias, you don't mind carrying a mouse?
Literally would not be my first time. I promise not to eat you.
Cool.
And like, there's
Didn't really think about it
clearly
too
like
much.
some jokes about that. I have to put us on our splash for like 5 minutes. We're gonna take a 5-minute break real quick, because my coffee just caught up to me. So we will be right back. Hi everyone, we're back. Sorry, I had to go. We're back, and we just had we have two canon characters meeting up to help out and have some exposition before we get into some action, and we have one little scene left as y'all make your way over to Riley's house. There's some birds hanging out outside your house, Riley, and a mouse. One of them has a backpack.
Not
So
weird
many
at all
guns.
for birds to be outside my house.
I know.
Carrying backpacks.
You were alerted by the murder of crows that hang out at your house that are
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh
they're
god, why
not
are they
happy.
here again? Like, they're just like, fuck, there's an owl again. Like,
You all are getting dive bombed while you wait for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does anybody say anything, or do I just hear the crows?
Hurry, I don't want to be eaten.
It's a crow. I don't think it can eat you, Javier.
I will quickly go to the window and open it up.
If birds could wave, they would.
Huh. Okay. Give me just a moment. And I will very quickly swap over to my bike shorts and tank top, or bike shorts and swim top look. And I will turn into a crow. Hop
Nice.
out of my window.
All right, and well, the Tobias greets you. Hello again. I heard y'all had some run-in with some space gods, but who hasn't?
How did that come up in conversation?
He wanted me to get the other two, who I
Didn't know.
apparently one was Penelope.
You remember them?
Yeah, I do. Y'all do. I
Interesting.
guess Crayak sort of couldn't or wouldn't come after us when it came to our memories. It's complicated. I told Javier that we would have a very nice figuring out session about this after we stop a nuclear weapon from sending in a giant group of what sounds like Visser One's lackeys into the past.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
How many of you came to back us up?
Me and X. So the other ones, it's midterms, and I don't go to school.
Oh. Yes. Oh wait, yeah. Okay.
Hoping for more help, but we can make do with this. We're glad you two are here at least.
Definitely brought the guy who knows the most about this stuff. So, and I'm just here because I can be.
Well, thank you.
And as the four of you meet up back at the hideout, and y'all demorph with the Andalites there. Axe, after having a conversation with Effie for a little while, turns to Riley and is like, I hear that you are the leader of this group.
I don't know about that, but I usually make better decisions than the others.
That's accurate.
He does a very dramatic, full-bodied bow. Is like, it is a pleasure to be of service to you, Prince Riley.
That's really not, no, okay. Let's
Like,
just talk about the plan.
yes.
So, I want to do a quick flashback thing. With Arnica, Effie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
My brain. To just like shortly after we did collecting most of our information, and I'm just with them starting to like explain to them how to do some of the morphing into human things. Of like, you can actually access some of my thoughts and memories and like feelings when you're me, and sort of understand things better. And as we're doing that, I realize I didn't get a date for when the fucking thing is happening.
Well, it's not happening now, so we just gotta ruin one part of the plan. Like we don't, and it's at the very least delayed, and we could take it from there, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking about just as a flashback, getting might be trying to get that information if possible. Spending a little bit of stress on that.
You don't have to spend. You're not in an engagement right now, so I would not. You don't take any stress. Like if you were doing a flashback while in the mission phase, which we're about to do, then yeah. So, what is the plan? 1, how are we getting to New Orleans? Are we going in secret? Are we going on a field trip? Are we driving? Or it is Thanksgiving week. So y'all have about 10 days essentially, like from the Saturday to this next Sunday off. You have a whole week off. So 8 days.
I believe I have a father who would like me to spend time with him in that area, and because he never told me he was my father, I think I have the right to tell him I'm going to demand things. So I'm going to demand my friends come with me. Easy transportation, easy reason to be there. From there, well, I can always turn into my mother and tell him that we have to go home and just disappear for a little while.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
That way we have possibility for why we're there, and possibility on his
you're
side for why we're not
teenagers
there.
during a holiday. It wouldn't, like, out of characterly would just... Remember, this is before 9/11, so it's not that fucking weird for you to just go out down to New Orleans on your break. Like, it's not that weird.
I suppose I was just it's just I was arrested very recently, and that's a little
we did see that on the news. We did see that on the news. I
don't know. Do you think we could convince your parents? Because Tony's fine, Effie's fine.
Really just
tell my mom I'm heading out, so it's really just your parents.
Well, I mean, they want me to go see my dad anyways. I can just tell them that's where I'm going.
And Riley's driving you. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Next time I see
a bunch of animals in your car for reasons.
We could all just be people. Tobias fist feathers again. I can morph again. This is just what my form. I'm just a hawk, but I can turn into my human form for 2 hours like a normal morph. And other things.
Were you always a hawk?
No, I was a kid.
Okay.
I got trapped, and by the grace of Space Gandalf, he brought me into the past, and I was able to acquire myself because we were able to give me morphing powers back, and I was able to travel back to the past to touch my former human self before I was a hawk. And now I can turn back to myself.
That tracks.
Really cool, but also very weird.
Yeah.
I am going to have to hide as an animal, though. At least until we're out of the city.
Yeah, you were wanted. Or you could be out of characterly. You do have a human morph as well, so...
I do. They are all adults or Javier.
That being said, only so many people can fit in that seat. In that car. Like, there's...
You can always be me and I can be someone else.
No, I'm just gonna be a small bird.
You could be in a
Just-
dwarf, or you could be a cat in somebody's lamp.
I can be a cat. Yep.
Cat
What
wouldn't
about a
be that
car of
weird.
just Javier?
A car of just Javier. An entire everybody is Javier.
Riley and 5 Javier.
That's a dream come true. Or nightmare, either way.
Cool. And do you have access to ocean morphs?
Not yet.
All right.
There's a big aquarium down that way.
All right. Well, that seems like it'll be our first stop. And what's the plan after that? Where are we going?
Yes, and we bring out the maps and whatnot. So it appears that there's an oil rig that's being built. It should be more or less ready around whatever time we found out. They seem to be pulling nuclear weapons from this facility to here to avoid, death and destruction. It's probably best to encounter them closer to the oil rig where it's prepared for them, away from as many civilians as possible. And it also gives us the easiest amount of access with our oceanic morphs, assuming we can find them. Anyone disagree?
Do we want to sabotage the rig? Or sabotage the transport?
I will look over at Axe. We know they're going to use a nuclear weapon, but how? Are they going to have some sort of machine, some sort of setup? Like, what does this sort of thing require?
It really honestly requires an explosion to trigger it. Last time it happened to us, it's usually very accidental, so I'm not sure what their plan is for how they plan on controlling it. But if Visser One is truly behind the planning, then I suspect she has got her resources.
So they need to control it. So that'll be something on the rig.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It seems like the safest option would be to focus on the rig, because otherwise we're dealing with a nuclear weapon. And while we're quite skilled, we are on average 18 years old.
On average,
actually, no,
15.
Yeah, I was looking at the new people. Actually, younger. So maybe
Tobias
we
is like,
don't.
I'm 13.
Fucking wonderful. So maybe destroying the thing that will allow them to control the explosion would be better, and then we just leave and let them kill themselves with a nuclear explosion.
Tobias goes, cool. Yeah, that's his reaction. That, man, my friend Rachel is probably very upset she is missing this amount of violence right now for midterms. I can't wait to tell her about it.
I was supposed to show her how to do the bladed jaguar.
Oh yeah, she was into that.
I mean, who isn't? Come on.
If a hawk could blush. It's like, all right, sounds like a plan. And I think with that, we start our engagement roll. We have, let me get the Blades in the Dark cheat sheet up real quick, just to kind of help me out here. Come on. There we go. Position, doubts, bargains, resistance rolls, pushing yourself. Okay, so planning, choose a plan, and supply the detail. We have the detail is essentially the point of attack, the method of deception, the point of infiltration, the arcane method, the social. Okay, so essentially, is this an assault, deception, stealth, space, social, or transport mission?
Assault mission. We're trying to take out a transport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are trying to wreak some havoc. This is definitely.
Also, we have very bad track records with that stealth missions being stealth.
Y'all have terrible track missions with your stealth missions being stealthy. Because the thing is when you're not stealthy is when things get really bad for y'all. Okay, so who wants to do the engagement roll? Because we'll have the questions that we go through to see how many dice you get.
I haven't done one in
That's a long
while.
time. Yeah, because the last one y'all did, Arnica did, because she hadn't done one at all.
Yep.
All right, so we have a dice for the base roll. Let's see if we have any advantages. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? Yes. This is insane for y'all. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or it hits them where they're weakest? It definitely exposed, like, you would definitely ruin somebody's day, like, destroying this. Like, this is a major operation, right? Do you have friends or contacts that are providing aid or insight? Yes!
We do!
Yes, you do!
We even have potential contacts on the rig.
That's 3 so far. Is the target a lower tier? Absolutely not. This is a Visser One faction.
Yeah.
No district modifiers. So far, y'all are at 4 dice total. Let's see if you'll have any disadvantages. Is the operation overly complex and contingent on many factors? I think that the fact that y'all are going specifically, y'all have the plan to go specifically to the rig to destroy the technology they're going to use to control the rig. I think because that is a very straightforward plan, I'm not going to take a dice away from you. The target is strong against this approach, has particular defenses or preparations. I am going to have you, and I'm looking at this, oh no. I'm looking at all the other questions. I need y'all to take away 3 dice from the
3?
roll.
Ouch.
Yeah.
How prepared can they be?
Ooh, we're not rolling 2 to take the worst, though.
That is true. And it's mostly because of, like, definitely 2 of these you would take a dice away from. 2, and out of these questions, and 2 are maybes. And because I gave you the first one, the second maybe I'm gonna take. So you have a total of 1 dice to roll over the engagement if it's correct.
Nice, and I want high.
You want high.
I don't know, if we start off desperate, we can get experience points.
That
I
is
just need
true.
3 to get a new
That is
playbook.
true.
Four, right in the middle?
Right in the middle. Mixed results. You're in a risky position when the action starts. So, there's going to be some obstacles, essentially. Had y'all been controlled, there would not have been an obstacle getting your morphs. But now I'm going to put an obstacle there, is essentially what's going to happen with this risky thing. And I think it's safe to say that we can just cut to that. We'll say it is the Monday before Thanksgiving. So that way, when y'all are done, Javier has plenty of time to go see his dad. We'll say that Axe and Tobias arrived that Friday night. And y'all had 2 days to get your shit together. And Monday, you are now in the New Orleans Aquarium after dark. And the obstacle that y'all are going to have is there are the rescue animals, the rescue dolphins. There are 3 spinner dolphins, not bottlenose, spinner dolphins, I believe they're called. They're smaller local dolphins. And 2 beluga whales, actually. So it does depend on what you want to do. But because they are rescues, they're not kind of kept in like a public enclosure. So there's a private enclosure that you're going to have to get to. And that is essentially your obstacle. We are now in the action. Monday night, what's up?
So
Alright.
we're just at the aquarium, like we don't have to do.
Yep.
No, I just cut through that scene because that's
It's
how
an
Blades
aquarium.
that's how Blades in the
Yeah.
Darks works. Y'all have driven the 3 hours to New Orleans. You have gotten a motel room so that you can leave your car there, like with the license plate, paid in cash, not a problem. It's the best Western. Like
Yeah.
you hear the sounds of New Orleans all around you because there's always live music playing. And the aquarium is downtown, close to essentially the mouth of the Mississippi River. It's part of the Audubon Park. But yeah, it's not far from even the water itself. So
Okay.
The question is, are we going in hot, smash and grab, or are we sneaking our way in?
mhm.
Well, I have an idea for either, if you'd like to hear them.
Sure.
So, with our various birds, I feel like we could definitely sneak in a couple places, possibly even distract some of the zookeepers or aquarium keepers with,
Mhm.
This bird isn't supposed to be here. Someone chase it while we take a swim, and then trade places and continue the endeavor. Or if you want to have the whole place to ourselves, I believe my fused morph is a classified terrorist, and I could close down the aquarium.
I thought you were going to suggest pulling the fire alarm. I didn't.
Yeah.
I think that's drawing too much attention.
Fair. I'll just scale back. Fire alarm. Like you said.
Effie,
think
you
we should
get
sneak in.
a private message in your head from Axe. I understand why you're stressed out so much now.
I gave 2 okay options.
My vote is fire alarm, and then if we have to, just smash the gate even. Once they realize we've been here, they're going to know
Oh.
something's up, so we gotta go.
we
The issue with
so Tobias and Axe don't need ocean morphs. And they offer, it's like we can also provide any sort of, after the fire alarm, provide a distraction.
my worry with the fire alarm is that I'm assuming this is like the zoo, and animals are not going to be left there. There are disaster preparations that will go into place if a fire alarm goes off. So sneaking in may be our best. A distraction from the 2 of you could be quite helpful in that.
Yeah, we could possibly, we've got some things that we could help out with. But yeah.
Now, when you say that the rescue animals are in a private area, not a public area,
Mm-hmm.
like how private do we mean? Do we mean just like when you're at SeaWorld and you've got to go through one gate and then down like a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
they're
shit?
not.
Or are they,
They're
like, in a
not in a.
building?
There's no display tank that they're in. Their tank is fully for the sake of recovery.
Mhm.
For the dolphins. And then the belugas are put there at when the day is over. Out of the belugas do have a display tank, but they are put, and they're sort of like, weirdly enough, belugas are like left with other animals as nurses all the time. Like, it's, yeah, listen, belugas are just the babies of the sea, okay? Like, I love me a beluga. But they are, especially like if there's like a cetacean of any kind that's being rescued and it's like the only one, like the belugas are sort of there to be like company for them. They're therapy whales for the ones that are in recovery from various injuries.
Are either of these outside and just away from public, or
Yeah, they are outside. There is actually, you should make a roll for exactly what's maybe and what is it for this information. Sounds like a roll to find them. Yeah.
Study as I fly over and learn the layout of this park and where they might be.
You can either fly or find a map. Either works, but study would work for both of them.
Finding a map is so pedestrian, and it wouldn't be on there. It wouldn't be on there if they're not public tanks.
Fair.
So yeah, so I will fly as a crow over the park and study.
Okay.
As the crow flies.
This is a risky roll. You're in a risky position, and you would get standard results for this.
If I did survey, would I get better results?
It would. Yeah, you would have a greater result with survey.
Right. I forgot my crow gives survey, so
there you go.
I'll do survey. 3 was my highest in that.
Oh.
It's a great start.
It's dark, and crows apparently have terrible vision.
Can I give you one of my Ds? I have at least 2.
Yeah, you can pass around your D's nuts around all you want. You just.
I have some as well.
Yeah.
This is.
And do you have a reroll?
I do have a reroll. I'll use one of my rerolls.
Yeah.
Please gain their resources.
This is near the
5.
end.
That's much better. Does not take you out of the risky situation. Still a very risky move, but with a 5 on your survey, you are able to find the enclosure with the spinner dolphins and the belugas that are keeping them company. And it would be very easy for y'all to all fly in. But you do realize, there's nothing you would still have to figure out how to coax the animals close to you, because it is deep, it's water deep enough for, you could swim to them, you would have another challenge before you could touch the dolphins, is essentially what I'm telling you. But you can get in, you see the landing space where people feed them and things like that. But yeah, you have found them. And you couldn't fly in.
Do I see any cameras overlooking these?
With the 5, yes, there are cameras.
Like a bunch of them, or enough that I could, as a crow, kind of accidentally bump them pointing the wrong direction to give us a little bit of time?
Go ahead and roll me a rec to see.
Wreck it.
It's a sabotage, right? Unless you have something else that you could use for, some sabotage the cameras. There's also Tinker.
So I have 0 on both of those. I could skirmish with the camera, finesse it. I could just slam into the camera.
I would do finesse with a limited result, whereas Wreck would be the great result. And Tinker would be the standard. Well, actually, Tinker would be the great. Wreck would be the standard, and
Yeah, I'll do.
and Finesse would be the limited. Mm-hmm.
Because with 0, I have to roll 2 and take the lowest.
Yes. Or you
And
can
my
use
lowest-
an extra dice and just have 1.
It's true.
If I wasn't so high stress, I'd try and help, but I already have like 4 marks still, so
I will. Fuck. I will use one of my dice, since I have 3 of them currently, to do Tinker.
There you go.
Because my lowest on all of my rolls so far has been 1.
Yeah.
And I really... Single die.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in you.
5 again.
Yeah, that's so with 5, you succeed with a minor consequence. So with your 5, well, you are in a risky position. You do it, but you suffer a complication. That's what that is, because you're risky. You are able to yeah, this is what I'm going to do. You're able to figure out that you can, with your crow beak, unplug the cameras. And that's how you figured out how you can do this. I need you as a crow. I need you to take.
Do I electrocute myself?
Yeah.
This is a body resist. Amazing.
I need you to make sure you don't electrocute yourself. Like,
is this a resist roll?
it's
or
a
do you want me
it's
to
a
roll?
resist roll, so go ahead and do a body resist, which
Fine,
you have
I
a whole bunch
3.
in, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Riley is focused on getting all of her resist rolls up. I'm usually good on these. It's 2 6s and a 1 still. That 1 is going to haunt me there.
Right,
Every roll.
but that is a crit success, which
Yes.
actually puts y'all a crit success, raises y'all up to a controlled position. So does it do it on resistance rolls too?
whatever you say it does.
Whatever I say it doesn't, I do say that it does it on resistance rolls, because I'm going to give it to you early, because it's going to always get really bad very soon. So, so you're now in a controlled position, where you have unplugged all of the cameras. Now, there's a minor consequence in that once someone notices that these cameras are off, they will come and notice. So you'll have a very small window. I'm gonna start a clock on this. Actually, you have a 3-tick clock to getting these animals before people appear. So
Cody.
yeah. So I'm assuming, Riley, you just thought speak to your friends the direction so that they can get here as fast as possible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm saying to them, let's go. We don't have much time.
Okay. Once Tony gets there, he's just going to demorph and just jump in.
And jump in the water.
He's just going to swim down there. Well, Javier's not going to do it. Riley probably could, but she just dealt with a bunch of cameras.
Okay. So now you have to figure out, 1, how to touch a dolphin or a beluga whale in their enclosure, because now someone might be scared.
I mean,
yeah, the babies are scared.
assume they're going to try and find food. I'm going to just go, I think, for a beluga is going to be the easier.
You're going to go to the beluga?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to guess a roll. I was thinking skirmish because I'm going in to try and touch it.
You could do any sort of the social roles as well. A social role will probably get you a better result.
I do have those. I believe, consort is the one that's nice. I'll do consort to try to kind of not be overly threatening. Honestly, Tony's a big guy. He kind of looks like a whale. Just a very
Yes,
white
consort.
one.
Yeah. So consort would give you the standard effect, and you're controlled, so it's not a huge deal. So in a controlled position, go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the extra dice I see I have just to make sure, because it seems like it's in existence. So
Go ahead.
okay, that's a good thing I did, because
Yeah.
that is 2 1s and a 6.
Oh, good. You do it. That is what that means.
Wait.
You have
I
a 6.
rolled the wrong things. Let me re-roll that.
Okay.
I, for some reason, looked at the wrong thing. I only have 1 in consort right now. That's a 2 and a 6, so I'll take
Okay,
it.
you do it.
Sorry, I just realized. It's like, wait.
Yeah, I would have just had you drop one of those ones. It wouldn't have been a big deal. You do it. Like the belugas are just like, oh look, somebody is in the chub with us. Like the
Yeah.
3 little spinner dolphins are just like, oh my god, people. Like they're curious but cautious, but the belugas are like, oh hi, and they just fucking swim up to you with their big cute selves, and like you don't even have to reach out, Tony. Like you're just like, hi whale, and like it just bumps you in the.
Great.
Yeah, so
I will go ahead and acquire a very nice beluga whale.
Mm-hmm.
And then my plan was to morph into that and try to coax the dolphins closer as the beluga.
That's so dope. And bring them to essentially the
To the shallows or near enough to the edge people can reach if they extend themselves.
What skill are you giving your beluga?
I actually am going to give it, I don't know if consort or sway makes more sense, but since they are basically nursematey comfort animals, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
We'll go with sway. Just
with
for
sway?
fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that's just another roll from you. Morphing into a whale. I think the first thing that you notice is the amount of buoyancy immediately increases. Like, you just voomp. Right? And it's kind of, it's a little terrifying for the rest of you, because, like, Tony is, like, whale-sized, and, like, but, like, it's kind of, think of, like, putting a human skin across a beluga whale's body, and it contorting to the beluga whale's body. That's essentially the first thing that happens to you. And then look at Arnica's face, like, dear God, no. And then the rest just sort of happens, Tony. Like, your fingers become it's interesting because you, like, orcas are mammals, so you all have the same basic biology and makeup all mammals have. Like, you have your limbs, and they just fuse together. Your legs become the tail. Your nose moves from your snout all the way to the top of your head. And the sense that you get, first of all, as being a whale, is thing that you're having to overcome first is that you are not where you belong and with who you belong. Like, even the other beluga, even the dolphins that are here, they are not your family.
Mm-hmm.
And, don't want to get into Blackfish territory, but that's essentially, in the 90s, between the 60s and the 90s, what was happening was, before the breeding programs, they were just taking whales out of the wild from their social groups, from their families, from their pods, and putting them in aquariums. This particular whale there is, oddly enough, trauma with it. Like, you recognize trauma. You recognize that feeling of trauma because you exist with it yourself. But there is this slight acceptance because at least you're not alone. And there's always new faces coming in and out of here.
Guys, do y'all want to find some fish? I'm gonna try and bring them closer to you, but you'll probably still need to coax the dolphins if that's what you'd like to get. And then I am going to very gently kind of nose the dolphins and stuff and try to convince them to come with me closer to the humans.
And the Andalite.
Who
is standing far away from the water's edge, I'm assuming. Oh, why am I here? So yeah, I think that could be a sway roll on your end as well, and if anyone has anything that they can do if they want to help or assist, they can do that. What's up?
I have an idea, but it would involve some other nonsense. I don't want to interrupt.
It's okay. What kind of nonsense do we have?
Yeah.
On the way to, like, once I get the message, hey, meet us here. I wanted to find, like, an aquarium official. Like, I wanted to look for someone with keys.
No.
Javier, no. It's like, that is some nonsense that I am going to be like, yeah, keys for what?
The chum and stuff.
Oh, for chum and stuff. Gotcha. I will have you do a flashback for that since we did jump in. Yeah. And go ahead and do. I thought you were gonna like try to acquire another person. That's what it sounded like for a second. And take their keys. I'm always down
to, but I have so many people, and I can just mix them whenever I need. I don't need too many more.
So here's what's up. You don't have a bird morph.
Right.
So, and it is a closed aquarium, so I want to know how you planned on doing that.
My plan was just to climb around as a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I just wanted the keys to see if I can try and get some, unlock whatever things they have for chum and whatnot.
Gorilla punch. Sorry.
Could also gorilla punch it, but I'm not very fast on the morph.
So that is going to be very difficult. As a mouse, by yourself, trying to find somebody with keys. One, you're going to need help to find someone. And so finding someone, that's a task. That's a challenge. And then getting them is another challenge. So what is the plan on doing that?
Can I find and talk to someone as just me? And then just try to...
In the closed aquarium?
No, just in... I feel like I'm...
a teammate? You're talking to a teammate?
No, I was just thinking in the aquarium, just find an official, see if I can steal their keys, and then make my way to the place. I was just saying on the way.
On the way to the aquarium or on the way to the... sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where we're doing this flashback. On the way to the aquarium, or before it's closed, steal keys from someone in the aquarium, or after it's closed. Okay, alright, cool. You're still gonna have to roll for that one, and you're still gonna have to, and here's the thing, it is a flashback scene, so those rolls go back to risky in that flashback. It's just kind of a heads up on that one. And you will, depending on the level of success, I will tell you how much stress you take on this. So, but this definitely requires some stress since we're going so far back in the day. I will say that finding an official is not a problem. There are zookeepers everywhere. That's not the issue. The issue will be, how are you going to get keys?
Yes.
And they do have them. They have a big old ring of keys.
All right, so I'm trying to, just coerce them into chatting with me in some way, shape, or form. I have good sway. I can lie, whatever. But I'm going to try to finesse. I'm going to try to pickpocket.
As you're talking. Okay. I also have a suggestion. You do have teammates and NPCs that can help you with things. Would you want to do the swaying or the pickpocketing?
Preferably the swaying.
The swaying? Okay. Depending on how well you sway is how one of your how one of the NPCs will grab the keys. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. Let's do that. There's probably going to be a hawk swooping in to grab those keys then.
Sweet.
So yeah, and so you'll get a help.
Nice. And I'll take one of my extra dice here and throw up a swing. Cool. That's a 6.
That is a 6, and that is a success. You successfully, whatever you're talking about with this one employee who has their khaki uniform on, with a big old ring of keys, they just don't notice, this. Well, they'll probably notice it after the fact, but the hawk literally just screams and grabs the keys and flies away. And the zookeeper's like, what the Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't curse around children. What just happened? I just had a bird steal my keys.
And my sway is actually just explaining, actually, this is a pretty common occurrence. Making some bullshit lie about birds.
Yeah, go ahead and take a it was a pretty complicated task, so go ahead and take a single stress for that. Had you gotten anything less than a 6, you would have taken 2. But it was worth at least 2 stress on that one. Because that was a thing that happened. So you have keys to the chums.
Sweet. Yeah, and I want to use that to help, gather up the dolphins and whatnot.
Cool.
As we're getting the chum, Riley looks really nervous and stops and looks over at Javier. I don't know how to swim.
I am actually a really good swimmer. I think I can help. Plus, and I look over to the dolphins, I think you're going to learn in just a second.
Yeah, it's just getting the morph. Don't let me drown.
I would never let you drown. Don't worry.
Let's do this.
And I just kind of hold your hand to make sure, I got you. Let's go feed some dolphins. I don't know. I'm mission Javier's excited. He's just having a good time now.
Let's go feed dolphins! Honestly, who wouldn't be excited? It's dolphins. They're fucking magical. And they're not bottlenose dolphins, so they're not dick faces. So...
And there's no cops this time. There's no guns. There's no yet.
Yeah, just get to go pet some sea monsters. It's fine.
This is a top 10 day, baby.
And meanwhile, you have Effie on the other side, just that water is too close to her.
I'm pretending like I don't see none of this. I don't know what y'all talking about. What you mean, some chum? No, none of this. I don't know what you mean by whales. None of it. Look at that. Sky is beautiful. There's birds at night. It's a bat. Look at that bat. I love this bat.
Yeah, I will say, because of how well that getting the chum rolled, because having the chum was a big success, and it did take some resources and time. I will say between the beluga coaxing and and readily available food, the spinner dolphins and the whales have no issues literally coming up to the edge of the pool. And you know how in a lot of marine parks there's an edge where people can stand, where the dolphins will come up close, and you have 3 spinner dolphins which I'm oddly enough, here's a picture. I'm going to share it in chat. This is a spinner dolphin, which is the dolphin that you use on the cover of the number 4, The Message. But they say it's a bottlenose dolphin. It's not a bottlenose dolphin. It's a spinner. They are smaller than bottlenoses, and they're very cute. I love them very much. But they got this cute. They're multi-toned. They sort of have like a darker gray on the top and like a lower whitish color for their belly with dark fins and this really like cool 90s stripe design on the side. like if you change the colors, they would look like one of the 90s cups that you get. They're very, very cute. I have put in links in chat, but you're able to get these. They're able to come close, and Javier and Riley are able to just pet their little snoots and get some dolphin stuff. Effie, how are you approaching this? Because this for you may be a little bit challenging.
All right, so I'm going for one of the whales because it's bigger. The more of it sticks out of the water. So they've been coaxed over to the spot where they've been coaxed over to the semi-dry dock where you get them to come up so that you can check them for.
Yeah, there's some ankle deep water, on that dock because it's like a step, into the tank partially. Usually it's yeah.
Okay, I'm familiar with the area. I just want to make sure that we were at the right spot and that it wasn't like a trainer dock.
Yeah, no.
So, here's the thing. There was nobody else here. I say, fuck this, and I'd fly till I died. I'd acquire an ocean morph when I fell in the water. But people are looking at me. Everybody can see me. Axe can see me. Everybody can see me. You know what? Okay, it'll be fine. The water's only like this deep, and none of them have hands, and I can't really see their teeth from here because they've all got little lips. So as far as I'm concerned, none
as
of
soon
them
as they
have
open
teeth.
their mouth excited, there are definitely teeth in all of them. In fact, the beluga smiles at you.
Yeah, I've already got 3 feet in the water, and it goes ah, and I go ah.
It makes cute little whale noises. Ah. Hi, I really love whales. So can't tell.
No, so I go ahead and I kind of come up to it on the kind, you know the way a horse does when it don't want to do something, but it knows it's gonna. It's taking them side steps, and you're like, oh Lord, this thing's gonna kick or run. It's gonna do everything but what it's told to do. I'm doing the horse side step up to this whale.
Hey,
I'm gonna wait till somebody throws something at it.
You can bring a horse to water, but
you can bring an Andalite to a whale.
I'm gonna reach in the bucket of chum and I'm gonna throw a head at Javier. Congratulations, you've done a great job. I am now distracted from the fact that I'm standing in the water next to something that could drag me further into the water. I'm too busy throwing fish heads at you. What a great friend you are.
I am going to bump the beluga slightly into her leg.
Excellent.
As she is now distracted.
Yep, you're able now to, thanks to our friend Tony, to reach in and touch the beluga. And with Riley and Javier, did y'all want to get beluga or did y'all want to get dolphins?
Dolphins.
Cool.
The dolphin.
All right.
They're faster.
They are faster. And here is the thing. Y'all are here. You could just acquire both. Like, they're here. Like, no one says that you can't.
That's a good point. I might grab the dolphin too if it's there after Effie has acquired something.
Yeah, Effie gets the beluga for sure. Effie, are you also going to get a dolphin? Or are you just going to get the beluga?
Well, let me see. What do I? Oh god damn it! It's open in an app. Fucking phone. I'm gonna go ahead and I got 2 spots left.
There's no limit. I took the limit off of the
Oh, okay,
morphs.
cool.
There's
Then
no
I'm grabbing
limit.
both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, there's no I'm not like in Blades in the Dark normally as a system there's always a limit for in what you can take to missions and stuff like that. This is in the actual story of Animorphs there's no limit. Like however, I do need to make some rolls cuz y'all said y'all both I personally need to make some rolls because I actually do this behind the scenes every time y'all acquire a morph because there is always a chance.
We might as well get belugas too.
Magic.
They can dive
Yeah.
an extra 1,000 feet.
They can dive more feet. Yes, that is true. They do have a higher dive.
They're also big sweeties.
Okay.
I'm looking for the numbers, Tony.
Okay. That's not something that won't come up later.
Awesome.
Good times.
Yep. And you did say you were getting a beluga, Javier? Just making
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
I had
will
to do
as
some
well.
Googling to check.
Okay.
The
They're very
horses thing.
cute. They are the cutest of whales. Like, legitimately, they're also related to narwhals. They just don't have the horns on them.
No.
So, with that, with your whales, whales and dolphins acquired, y'all meet back up with your Andalite and your hawk friend, and the question is, do y'all plan on going out tonight, or do you plan on waiting into the day? It's all mission phase. It's just more of a flavor thing.
I actually had a question before we. Oh no, it's about refuge. Never mind.
Okay.
It wouldn't actually lead anywhere. The tank's enclosed itself most likely. So never mind.
All right. I say the best bet is we should try to. I don't know if we should leave at night, but we should definitely try to catch the ship at night.
Get to the thing at night, yeah. Luckily with you don't really need night vision because you have echolocation with whales, so they should be able to navigate in the dark, no problem. I'm asking y'all before we go on break, are we gonna go tonight immediately after, or are we gonna go tomorrow night on Tuesday night? What is
I
your
think
plan?
we should just go.
Yeah.
That was
why
the
wait?
plan? Dope.
Mhm.
Y'all are heading straight to... You're going to go through Lake Pontchartrain. Actually, let me look at a map. Hold on. I need to look at a Louisiana map real quick. Because I know New Orleans is on the south part. Yeah, y'all could essentially jump into the Mississippi River as dolphins of whatever you choose and swim from the Mississippi into the Gulf. It'll be brackish water, but it works. And we will get to that after a break. So we're gonna take our break now, and 10 minutes, and we will be back. mics and cameras, and we're back from our break with Doritos and other various substances to consume as we go into the last hour of this session. The group has acquired 2 different marine animals since they were available. They each got spinner dolphins and beluga whales. Y'all are most likely as your point of entry into the ocean. Luckily, you have 2 Andalites with you that one can keep time. But as you morph, you will enter like before, because it was very cinematic and the morphs weren't too important at the time. But like going into these particular morphs, we will have your clocks start for your morphs, and I believe most of you have 5 and you have 6, right, Riley? Or something like that.
I have more.
Yeah.
I have 8 ticks instead of 6.
That's right. Everybody has 6. Unless you have the move like Riley does, then she has 8. So make sure your clocks go on. As you pick a spot, and it's fairly easy to find a spot that's hidden. There's a lot of marshland out here. And y'all could do it through flying morphs while Javier is being carried, since he still has not gotten a bird.
There's other things to do at the time. I don't know, man.
I know. I think I like the running joke that you do not have a bird. And you're able to start your morphs in this water. Axe and Tobias are also going to morph, and very quickly they are morphing into orcas. They are gonna go into their orca forms just in case they do have to dive deep, but if y'all decided to do dolphins for travel, they can keep up with you. But also having orcas traveling with you might just make y'all safer in the ocean since y'all are little babies. Mm-hmm. Who is choosing? Are y'all going as belugas or are y'all going as dolphins?
I think dolphins for now.
Yeah, they can go faster. We can go farther.
Javier, as you are attempting to, everybody is doing their dolphin morphs, and it's all very rubbery and interesting. But Javier, I need you to make a roll for me. I need you to make a resistance roll for me.
Resistance, okay.
So very specifically, I need you to make a resolve resistance roll.
Sweet. Okay, I got 3 in that. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 4, 5, and 1. 5.
You got a 5. So with this roll, you do succeed, but the thing is that you are like, yo, I'm gonna turn into a dolphin, but there is something fucking weird, and you really want to be that whale. But you're able to be like, that's like, and when I say like you want to be that whale, is you try to morph the dolphin, the whale just starts to happen first.
Okay.
You're able to like stop it and reverse it and do the dolphin with that 5, but that does happen. And it's kind of weird. It's almost like an itch. Like that whale wants to come out.
Okay.
I see Anna's smile on her face.
Is this a thing is this a reference? Because
it's a thing.
Should I just follow the instinct?
Well, you resisted, so
that's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm just if the
go
whale
along
wants to
with it.
come,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking be a whale. Why the fuck not? This is a
Okay.
weird thing.
Yeah, and everybody is very confused that you have decided to be a whale and literally ask Tobias, and as a giant orca, it's like, so I thought y'all were doing dolphins, like, or why do you like being so different?
My man, we don't have the time for that explanation. But no, my body wanted to be a whale, and fuck it, I might as well listen to it once in a while. Gotta listen to your body or whatever. I barely know what I'm talking about. I'm just a whale now. All right, let's go.
I'm just a whale. And for all of you, and there was a similar experience turning into a beluga. You're like, this is nothing, like, very close to the sort of level of sapience that you feel in your gorilla form, but there is like a different level of like advancement. And Arnica, you recognize it just because like Andalites are kind of trained to recognize it. Dolphins are people. Like you recognize this pretty instantly. Like, you are a sapient animal as a dolphin. When you do manage to get into the river and change into one, it takes you a minute. So, like, but you're able to do it.
I just want everyone to know I am the most pathetic looking little dolphin. I'm not so far up that I'm beached, but I should definitely be in deeper water than I'm in. I'm just like laying there like I'm only like half up in the water.
If you need help, I can just chuck you as a gorilla.
No, you're already a whale, buddy.
But the dream.
You ever seen a gorilla chuck a dolphin? No?
Yep.
You wanna?
So, y'all begin your oceanic journey. We will say that it is pretty common for Andalites to have some level of like a photogenic memory, right? And you're able to explain it to Axe, and they sort of studied it before. So going to the rig is not a huge problem. In fact, y'all are kind of having a great time going there. Y'all are having, like, if there is anything that your cetacean brains want to do, all of you, is you want to play. Especially when you get to the open water. Like, playing is just the priority for these animals right now. Of course, some of them are afraid of the giant orcas, but you're able to, like, but once the orcas are like, no, we're here to play with you too. Everyone's like, all right, we're all here to have a good time. This isn't a problem. Like, I'm gonna let y'all have some moments. So, are there any interesting whale moments that y'all have together before I do terrible things to you?
You guys want to sing a song?
Also, don't forget to pick what ticks you want to give your animals. The dolphins are the whales. It's your choice.
Since the dolphins are very fast and acrobatic, Riley is just kind of zipping back and forth across the group, weaving in and out, kind of corkscrewing around Javier.
That's cute.
It's super cute.
I'm not sure how. I know nothing about beluga whales, and I believe Javier knows also nothing. So I'm just gonna try to like do as big of a jump out of the water as I can.
You do a cute breach, like, and the thing is, it's like as soon as you do the breach, and it's very floppy and very adorable. You're way better than you thought you would be at it. The orcas can't let this stand. It's now a competition. And they also, like, on either side of you, do a breach. And then Axe encourages, specifically Effie, you try. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. But what no one understands is everyone else is having fun, right? They're jumping around, they're reaching, they're doing corkscrews. You know when you're 5 years old in the pool and all your cousins are bigger than you and everyone's splashing and having fun, and then all of a sudden the adults realize that you're stuck in the middle and someone's gotten water in your face and you're just frozen in the middle? That's what Effie's doing. She's like really just riding everyone else's wake as getting water in her face. She's not breaching. She's not corkscrewing. She's not having fun. We are so far from land. I hate all of this. Like, I am so panicked by this that even my dolphin brain is starting to not have fun. It doesn't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
It's like a human being scared of air. It doesn't know exactly what the fuck we're scared of, but god damn it, we're scared of something, so we're not having fun. We have in fact started to set off anxious little clicks.
Can I try to console you? Like, as my beluga self, I suppose? Just like, I don't know fucking shit about sea life. I actually hate the sea. In real life. I have a phobia. But I don't know, just like rub up against, leathery skin to leathery skin. Just like,
do you poop her?
Yes, you know what? You are so much bigger than me that if you come up and block away from swimming me, I will probably just be right up under you the whole time. Just boom, boom, boom.
This is really adorable. It's so cute. Y'all are able to, pretty much, maybe not as fast as y'all wanted to go because there is a beluga and a terrified baby dolphin. I say baby, not in like it's physically a baby. It's like emotionally, Effie is baby right now. So
Effie is baby right now.
Y'all are going to do that. Javier, roll me another resolve resistance roll, please.
Okay. Here's a question. Do you want me to fail? That's 2 6s, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to apologize. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Resolve is my good one.
And then y'all get very close to the 2 hours. You have probably, from Axis calculations, have another hour of travel to go to tonight. So you have to start arranging to take turns to hold each other up so you don't drown in the ocean as you demorph and morph back. The Axe and Tobias went last first because they do have bigger morphs, so they figured that they could help you essentially do that. That doesn't mean that nothing's gonna happen during this time, but I need y'all to what is the order? How are y'all gonna go about this? This is a challenge. You are morphing in open ocean.
I'd like to go first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I'd like to go first and make sure I can be there for Riley's transformation.
Yep. Okay. You're going to go ahead and turn into a person first. You can swim. The orca is holding you. You don't know which one yet because they're literally genetically identical. So that you can sort of lean on to turn back. Are you turning back into the beluga or are you going to dolphin?
Damn it. Now I'm not sure. I'm gonna try for No, I'm gonna stay with the beluga. My body had an instinct. I'm gonna stick with that instinct.
I still need you to roll a resist roll, please.
Of course. Resolve again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's 1, 1, and a 4.
A 4. So there is a consequence. You morph into the dolphin.
Fucking great. Is there something wrong with my morphs? Is there something wrong with my morphing? What have I done?
What happened? What is? And it's again, it's fucking. It's like it's not on your skin. It's kind of itchy, like in a space that doesn't a space that exists, but that you don't have access to.
Okay.
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 All right, Javier is gone. Who's next?
Effie, I should probably go first in case you have trouble swapping back.
You should definitely go first.
Yeah.
I know the thing with the water.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll swap back.
You demorph and you have no issues, clearly. Are you going back to dolphin or are you going into beluga?
I actually think I want to go to the beluga whale before we get to the
Just in
thing.
case you have to dive when you get closer to the...
Yep.
Okay. Not a bad
And also
idea.
to try diving more because
Mm-hmm.
we probably should,
All right. So Tony and Javier switched. But yeah, no, it's not a problem. And I mean, like, Tony, you're just do me a fortune roll. So just roll me a d6.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, just do me a fortune roll.
A 2.
A 2. All right, cool. I'm so fucking mean. Who's next? Out of the yeah, Riley did say she was gonna go last because she can stay a little bit longer.
Technically, Riley's going last, but I am procrastinating. I'm swimming in circles around, just in between Axe and Tobias, and because you see, if I just turn back to me, has nobody noticed that you can't see the bottom? It's fucking black under us. Everything could be in here. Not just anything, everything. There could be more of the alligators.
Effie,
and bigger alligators. And things.
If you don't change, you're going to be stuck here.
In the ocean.
Okay. I do like the sorriest half a breach. I half jump over the orca to my left so that I land on their back. I just go flop right on their back. And now that I am on top of an orca, now I swap back to myself. It is deeply uncomfortable for whoever's head I'm dancing on because now I'm nervous.
Yeah, luckily you're on Axe. As you are flopped onto Axe, the three of you that are in the water, this is because of that too, who are using echolocation very naturally, y'all pick it up before it's visual, but you pick it up, and it pings, especially in the little dolphin's brains, because it's a little bit more threatening for y'all, but you pick it up immediately. That shape, that image, it's a shark. It's a big shark. It's a couple of big sharks. Very specifically bull sharks. And they are keeping their distance because of orcas, but they're there. whether you share that with Effie or not.
Who is dancing on my friend's head
Yes.
at the thought of getting back in the water.
Don't worry, Effie. There's nothing nearby, and definitely nothing that would be more scary than the thing you're on right now.
Gosh.
And that's a friend.
And Tobias,
Not a lot.
Tobias will also help to comfort you. It's like, Javier is right. There is literally nothing in this ocean that would dare to fuck with what we have turned into. And like Tobias is like, man, why do I curse more when I'm around y'all? Teenagers, high schoolers. Like, literally nothing's gonna mess with us. We are the biggest, baddest, and we're not the biggest, but we're the baddest animal in this ocean.
I very unhelpfully begin to morph into the beluga whale. I do not get off axe first.
Like,
I figure when I reach a certain size, he'll either roll me or I'll fall off.
At
I'm not getting in there.
At some point, all he does is just submerge himself. He just submerges himself, and then Axe is gonna go next when it comes to it, and because you did say, Riley, that you would go last, but they also figured maybe having the two orcas go at the same time towards the end is not the greatest idea when there's bull sharks. And Effie, that's when you, as a beluga, with your echolocation, pings. First of all, you don't know what a shark is. But it's true. They are keeping their distance because there's at least now one orca circling. So, but there are a couple, yeah. There's some sharks hanging the fuck out. And other things, fish, even other dolphins, but those sharks are...
I'll have you know that I do too know what a shark is. Jaws has played at 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Cheating on TNT.
On TNT.
Somehow y'all have figured out how to connect your tiny little television to one of those larger satellite dishes, and just y'all figured it out.
The tech from her ship.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, my people can make Z space. We take our ass off, leave it in Z space, and come back for it when we're ready. I promise you, it took me 20 minutes, but we watch cable. Shitty little TV.
Do you watch cable or do you watch direct TV?
Look,
you're catching. What y'all are essentially catching is, I don't know which, sorry, we're gonna go on a 5-minute tangent here. Not 5 minutes. What y'all are essentially catching is, you're catching the television satellite waves, but I don't know if any of y'all in the 90s ever had, it wasn't cable or a satellite that you paid for, a satellite service. You just bought a huge fucking satellite dish.
And you just aimed it.
And that is how I caught all of Canadian television growing up, and how for some reason that's how I got Beast Wars 4 years before everyone else. Also Extreme Dinosaurs, and the fact that Scott McNeil literally voices everyone. Headphones. But yeah, and y'all sort of go to this process, and Orca comes back. Tobias is like, I can stay here first. If you want to go, Riley, I don't mind.
I can morph quickly, and I think I can squeeze more time out of this morph, so go ahead and go.
Okay. Just like, I've literally already been through this trauma, so that's why I was offering it to you. It's I know how to deal with this. Sure, it would suck, but I could deal with this. And so he does. Having one less orca does make the sharks kind of get a little bit closer. But again, luckily, you got orcas. But yeah, that was I wanted to have an encounter roll and see what y'all did with that. Y'all are able to go through all of this and begin to make your way towards the rig once again. Within the first, when y'all are about 30 minutes in, that itch is getting worse, Javier. Roll another resistance.
This is rolling. I will say, while I was doing my morph, even though the orcas were there, I was clinging to Dolphin Javier for dear life.
No, I just don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah. No,
And did you
definitely
go
worth
back?
trying to
Did
help
you
out.
go back Dolphin, or did you do Beluga with the others?
I'm guessing we're gonna have to get up on the rig, so I went Dolphin.
Gotcha. Yeah. The hawk had to stand on top of an orca. So, like...
That's 3 4s.
3 4s. It is a success with a specifically the wording is success with, and I'm doing it like this and not having you take stress yet, because I have been doing resistance rolls and having you take stress, but this one I'm going to give you the option. Do you scratch the itch, or do you take the stress?
Can I? What is the itch? If that's a question I can ask.
What is the itch? It's an itch to morph. It's like it's so itchy. Like this, you're just so itchy.
Would I control what I morph into, or is it just...
No.
That's
No?
That's the problem. I love it because you have no idea. You're the only one who doesn't know what's happening. I'm so sorry.
I think...
It's a little funny.
I'm gonna scratch the itch, but I'm gonna let everyone know what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, just guys. I don't know exactly what's wrong, but there's fucking scratching on my brain. I need to morph again, and I don't know why.
As you demorph, you immediately, and you're talking, like it's so fast, it's ridiculously fast. You immediately go into a mouse, and both Axe and Tobias are like, "Oh no, you have an allergy." We should.
No, I immediately panic and I will grab Mouse here and like
hold him up,
breach a little bit with.
And you hold him up.
Javier, what are you doing?
I literally don't know. I needed to morph. I just needed to morph.
And now you're a mouse.
But why a mouse? This is not the place for a mouse. We have a mission.
Effie, you also know exactly what the fuck is going on at this point. Like, he has an allergy. Yeah.
I mean, I know what's happening, but I mean, Riley has him in her mouth, and the jaws are not here, and Axe and Tobias say they are bigger, and more importantly, I do not have an EpiPen. I can't help him. I do drop back a little by Riley and Javier, just in case I don't know, something bumps her, she drops him, or he turns real big in her mouth. In case she needs some help.
There is this thing, like, we have to go back. Like, this is, if you're having a reaction like this soon, it is too dangerous to be out here where you can get caught. You can just turn into anything before before you acquire two things at once. Like, you will just have an animal come out of you at some point.
Okay.
And you have a feeling it's a whale. It's the whale that you're allergic to. Like, you kind of got that gist. Because you didn't get the itch. It didn't feel weird when you were a dolphin, but it, like, after you had acquired the whales when you start to feel bad.
How do we fix this?
It fixes itself. But
Okay.
when I say that a whale will literally come out of him, and this is Axe. When we say that a whale, the animal will come out of him, I'm speaking not in metaphor, but quite literally, the whale will come out of him.
It sounds painful.
And on top of that, his morphing will be sporadic. We should head back to shore. And this is a decision that you have to make. Do you head back to shore? Or do you press on? Yeah.
We need to keep going.
Javier, we can't have you randomly morphing.
I think I can control it. It's just hard.
Roll a 2.
And what if...
Sorry.
What if you turn into yourself while we're on the rig? Or your mother?
Okay. It's dangerous, I understand, but we can't turn back. This is a nuclear bomb. This is time travel. This is more important than me or my family or anything, really. We need to take care of this.
Tobias will speak up. If we can get you to stay in the water, Axe and I will be able to keep you afloat no matter what you turn into.
Okay.
But risking your identity is too great.
So we'll go in 3.
You'll just, whatever there is below, you'll be part of Team B.
Somebody was gonna have to look at the water anyway.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't.
None of us knew about it, so there's nothing to be sorry about.
Not your fault. I'm just worried about not being able to have eyes on you while we do this mission. Just be careful.
Don't worry, I have these 2 children to protect me.
If I had feathers, I would ruffle them right now. Also, Axe is a legit cadet. He has more military experience than all of us, which I would like to point out is not much.
I feel bad leaving you guys.
Hey, if you're acting this fast, maybe you're lucky and the whale will literally come out of you over at the bottom and you'll be able to come back up.
I've never been that lucky before, but let's see. Well, maybe once.
Go ahead and roll in a tune for me real quick.
Of course.
Everybody, you are on your morph clock since y'all have been approximately 45 minutes in at 1. Well, yeah, we'll say 2 ticks. Javier's will restart here. What is your roll your attune?
6.
6. You are able to demorph and remorph. It's tough. but you were able to come out of the mouse and just roll me another d6 real quick.
Okay.
Evens, dolphins, odds, whale.
That's 4.
Cool. So, and you're able to go back as a dolphin.
3 bins. Beans.
Mm-hmm.
Bean bins.
Now that I am not afraid that Javier is going to fall out of Riley's mouth and drown or be eaten by accident, I'm going to send him a private thought message. I'm going to go, Javier, the whale will come out of your butt. Because I've been on Earth long enough to realize that butts are funny. Because only waste comes out of butts.
Yep, like I thought, this is going to be painful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You all make it to this oil rig. And it's lit up, right? Like there's plenty of lights on it, but not just the normal lights that you would see on a rig. There is a bug fighter on the helicopter pad. Like, you even see it land on the helicopter pad when you get there. And it is busy. It is in preparation. It is a good thing you did not go back because things are probably en route to start tonight.
I guess they're all infected, we can assume.
Yeah, this is bigger than the people that are here. We need to stop this no matter what.
And I'm going to give y'all each a round, probably 2 rounds of actions, and then we're going to go 2 rounds of actions. So it's going to be you guys a round, an enemy round, you guys a round, an enemy round, wherever you're at, and how you're going to work it. And something will happen at the end of the enemy round. So, 100% you are capable of succeeding. I would like to point that out.
Excellent.
But we will have a surprise. A fun surprise. So, as far as your consorts in the water, if you were with them, they offer a free help die as a resource. So, that's what they're there for. So, if you're having them assist you in a role, somehow or another, Tobias might even demorph and fly at some point to assist you. Round 1. Who wants to go first? What are you doing?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, Tony, what's up?
This is a game for it. There's a bug. There's a bunch of people running around.
Mm-hmm. There's a ship. There's a Yerk fighting ship.
Yeah. No, I know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, boy. That is going to make things more difficult. I think Seagulls would have been smart. How high? We're in the water still.
Yeah.
How high up is the platform? It's a huge deal. I assume, or...
Yeah, I would assume it's probably like from the water itself. Because, they're ship size, right? They're tanker size, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they're probably about 100 feet up.
That's what I thought. All right.
There's ladders that clearly around all of the structure, because the structure goes all the way into the water, right? It hits. It's a drill, or it's supposed to be a drill, but it doesn't float. It is in the ocean bottom. and there are ways to climb. There are ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll actually work for what I need to, except I don't have any clothing.
Mm-hmm.
People should. It's dark now. People should be able to see. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to Tony and start climbing one of the ladders to get up. My plan is to honestly be the distraction and morph into probably a rhino and try and smack the car thing as it's landing. But first, I have to climb up the thing.
Very okay. And before you do some action rolls, for Riley and Arnica, how like you see this, Tony's like, I'm going up this ladder. Riley, what are you doing as your plan? And Arnica, what are you doing?
Specifically because I assume if we show up as a bird, they're going to shoot at us.
If they see you. Yeah.
With these ladders, a jaguar couldn't make it up the ladders, right?
You can try?
No. Like they can climb trees, but that's from digging their claws in. So
Like, it has steps, and it's a cat. You can try. I will make you roll for a jaguar climbing the ladder. Like,
What's your smallest shape, Riley?
I have a mouse.
I think you both have crows or ravens.
I mean, I also have a really, really fast, small climber.
You have a chimpanzee.
I have a chimpanzee. I could absolutely hold Riley and get up there with 3 limbs faster than Tony can.
I will morph into a crow for Arnica to carry me. I'll get up on the back of an orca and morph into a crow and have Effie carry me up.
Okay.
But before I do that, I will boop Dolphin Javier, and then I will do that.
And just remember, for those of you who have turned into a new animal, reset your clock back to 0. For those of you who have not turned into an animal, it is at a 3 now. So Javier, you're at a 3, and the boys are at a 3. Javier, what support from the water do you plan on giving as a dolphin?
So there are a lot of sensors on these things to make sure, pressure and all the nonsense is going well. I want to try to sabotage some of these sensors.
Ooh, okay.
So attract attention to those while these guys are making their way on.
All right.
That way it's not like we're messing up. It's just, the ocean.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. What we'll end up doing before the three of you can wait on the ladder. What we're going to do, and y'all wait on the ladder with one of the orcas, probably Yax. But you and Tobias can lend you help with these rolls. And we'll actually, I wanted to know all of your plans, and then I was going to figure out how that went, and then y'all could base it off. Let's do the sabotage first to see how well y'all getting onto this platform is. Let's go ahead and what would you like to roll, Javier, for that?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with wreck. Just gonna or
do you know what these sensors look like?
I'll take a stress to have studied it, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, for a flashback to have studied the rig, 100% I'll let you do that. So that you know what these, that's perfect. Just take the stress, you know what these sensors look like. Perfect.
Cool.
You understand the resources of this game. Love it. Okay.
In that case, I think I'd rather do, a finesse so as to not, draw too much attention.
Cool.
We want this to be just enough.
Just enough. Yeah, so what is this gonna be? Y'all are in a controlled position, so you're in a really good position. And I will let this be with finesse. There's nothing great. that I can think that would happen from this, so it would just be standard. I have to pee, but I'm gonna see this roll real quick.
Okay. That's 2 6s, baby.
Fuck
And a
yeah.
one.
Nice.
That is just a straight up, like, between you and Tobias, have no fucking issues disabling the sensors. So, not even, like, disabling the sensors. I lied. Like, there is definitely something. You, at some point, find the power source.
The alien power source?
The generator, essentially.
Okay.
Or at least the wire that goes to the generator between the two of you. And where you're at, you can successfully, not necessarily you, but your companion is like, I got this. And he's able to demorph with your help as support, fly up to the bottom of the thing and disable the power, the generator.
Nice.
All right, everybody. It's going to go dark up there.
Y'all,
So.
yep. The lights shut off. It is dark for y'all. But that is kind of a good thing. I gotta pee real quick, and then we'll go to what the three of you are gonna do.
I wonder who's on that ship.
I don't know, but if it's a big boy, I'm coming. Fuck all that shit.
Did we bring the guns?
Yeah,
the space
till you
gun
get
and the
there.
earth gun?
I feel like yeah. I feel like I probably wrapped that in saran wrap and taped it to one of the one of the dolphins or something.
Effie would like a gun as a chimp.
Who would love a gun?
Don't give the chip a gun.
To be fair, there will absolutely be armed security on that thing.
Oh,
the
yeah.
chimp will I will have an opportunity to get a gun, and I'm going to get it too.
Well, it's easier to get a gun if you have a gun. America's proven that.
Probably
So-
true.
I mean, but the second easiest way to get a gun is to be an angry chimpanzee jumping at a dude with a gun going, ah!
Ripping faces off. Yeah, that's probably also.
By the third jaw, somebody gonna drop that gun. I'm just saying.
Riley should turn into a leopard again, or jaguar, but instead of having the slicey bits, just a hand to hold the gun.
No.
The third hand that holds the gun.
Oh, do I have? If I had a chip morph, I could do that. I think. I don't have anything with hands.
Damn.
Raccoon. We'll find you a raccoon.
Alright, I'm back.
No,
What
the
happened?
jaguar with a
I
raccoon.
heard no!
They're trying to get her to grow a raccoon hand out between her shoulder blades to shoot people. Please help.
To give the jaguar
Wrangle
gun
them.
with little raccoon.
They're so
It's
small.
called
Have to
full
hold
Zoid.
one hand for the whole gun and the other one to just pull the trigger.
She could just have, like, a person hand.
All y'all need to take your Shaft Tucker bullshit to the left. Take it off my oil rig.
Alright, so for the three of you that are hanging out on the ladder, the lights go off, like Javier gives you the heads up, and panic eschews up there. What are y'all are going up? I believe, Tony, you wanted to go, but to cause more panic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are y'all, I'm assuming, yay, Emporium of Wayward Gamers, thank you for that rating party of 4. We
Yay.
appreciate you. We are literally in the Gulf of Mexico as fucking animals doing crazy shit. Like, on an oil rig. And I'm assuming, Arnica, that Effie is on board with Tony going first?
Yeah, it is. I haven't argued against it verbally,
Mhm.
but I'm actually there are like a whole bunch of ladders getting on and off oil rigs. I'm letting Tony go up his big distraction ladder, but I think that's a terrible idea. And I know Riley will also agree that that's a terrible idea. We can't let Tony be squished as a distraction 3 minutes in. That is unhelpful. We can't, not Tony, you can't squish
Tony's
Tony.
going!
So we're gonna go up a secondary ladder and let
Mhm.
Tony think he's a distraction so that we can attack. Well, I don't know. I don't know what Riley's plan is. I hope Riley's got a good one. Because
It's
if
fair.
I panic, I swear to God, I will let this chimp brain throw a crow at a dude.
We
You
can't
two can
all
communicate.
we can't all attack though. We have to find this tech and destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tony is the
Good
distraction.
tip,
Y'all are
yeah.
finding the tech and getting rid of it.
I
Have to
mean,
go
that
for
was
the tech.
Tony's hope.
Can Effie
Because
control
he ain't
the,
finding the tech.
What's up,
Can Effie
Effie?
control that spaceship?
The bug fighter? Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I get on it, yeah, I can fly that bitch.
But yeah,
Here's
Tony's
the-
plan was to literally ram the bug fighter and try to hopefully either knock it over or just freak everyone the hell out.
Are you gonna do what? Sorry. Ram the bug fighter?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a rhino, I'm just going to charge full force into the damn thing.
Yeah.
Hoping it's enough like our aircraft that it can't just take off after it landed without,
Yeah. Go ahead and before you're able to just wreck it, because you gotta climb up that ladder, right? And
Yep.
you're gonna be a blind man. And it's
Oh,
already
yeah.
the lights on the bug fighter still exist. So there is lights coming off the ship, so the ship itself would be easy to see, and there's lights around the ship. And I will say, Tony, that when you get up there, you hear a very familiar woman voice, female voice, barking out orders, like, and you even see with human eyes before you turn to within sort of like the glow of the bug fighter ship itself, the woman on that hologram.
Oh.
And clearly there are people that are trying to usher her to the bug fighter to get her to safety. You're still ramming, you're still turning into a rhino to ram into it?
I'm turning into the rhino, but I'm... Oh, fuck. No, I'm gonna have to turn into the owl.
Okay.
Yes.
Your
If
plan
she's
is
here,
still
I'm going to
fine.
turn into an owl,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to rip her throat out.
Okay.
Because we know she's a Visser.
She is the number one Visser. And so, before you decide to rip her throat out, I know you're a Battleborn, but if anybody has information about this invasion, it's her.
Yeah.
She's number one. You can still try to rip her throat out. Go ahead and, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and roll.
I mean, she's a Yerk, right?
Oh yeah, she's a Yerk.
I mean, yeah, she's 100% a Yerk. She's also
yeah.
someone's mom, and
You don't know that.
I don't know that.
You don't know that.
I think I have to go for her, because I'm only going to get one shot at the dive bomb tactic, and so going for a guard just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're gonna try and go for her.
I decided that gave me skirmish, so
Yep.
that's what I'm gonna go for. And did I have another die left? Because this seems like a good time to use it.
Yeah,
I did. Cool. So we're gonna roll 4 whole dice. That sounds fun.
I love it. This is with skirmish for an attack. You are rolling. I'm gonna give a great effect for this.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a great effect for this. And you're in a controlled position, so
The highest is a 5.
the highest is a 5. So as you dive in, and are you going from behind her or from the front? Like, are you trying to ambush her?
It's the throat, so I think we're gonna go from behind if possible.
Cool.
The talons are more than big enough.
Yeah, as you go in and dive into to see her, there is like a slight turn in. You can even, like, with your owl eyes, even in this light, you see her pupils dilate in their realization. In moments before those talons rake and rip her face off, one of her subordinates, her very loyal subordinates, gets in your way, and your talons dig into his face, and into his eyeballs, and he's screaming.
Yeah,
But
to all the morph people, Visser One is here.
As soon as we hit a platform, I'm going to expend my special armor to push myself to dual morph as quickly as I can into my Jaguar with the Hork-Bajir blades.
Absolutely.
Jaguars can see in the dark.
And we have Arnica
Special.
already as a chimpanzee. So.
I'm sorry. I
yeah.
joked about throwing you earlier. Now I'm just imagining I threw a crow and a jaguar landed. No. Worst grenade.
Or best grenade?
Or best grenade. What side of the grenade are you on? Okay,
I love
sorry.
it.
I'm in a mood.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And what's the role that you like? What is the action itself? Because you're gonna go ahead and do the morph, and I'm kind of giving y'all that for this time around for cinematic purposes. But what do you want to accomplish once you're on the platform? Like
I want to look for the tech that we're supposed to be looking for, and I will just take down people as I go.
All right. You can, to look for the tech, I will say that for the greatest effect would be a survey. For a normal effect, a hunt or a standard would study, not even study. For a normal would be hunt, and anything else would be a limited effect.
Okay. I am, and I'll say this with this morph, I'm taking the Hork-Bajir skirmish die.
Gotcha.
Since I get to choose on dual morphs. And I will. We're blowing through our rewards tonight. I will add a die. To do. You said survey was the highest? Yeah, I'll add a die, so I have 2 on survey.
Okay. And I'm gonna take 1 off of your reward. All right.
Looks like I need to get my last ones taken too. But
There's your last one not taken?
I'm on the page.
Cool. Thank
you.
All right, go
so
ahead.
It's 2 5s.
2 5s. You do it with a complication. So as you're just sort of weaving your way through people, and y'all have the element of surprise. It's going fairly well for all of you. What you see is two guards, 2 Hork-Bajir guards. No, 2 people guards. There are Hork-Bajir among, but there are 2 people guards. If you had gotten a worse roll, it definitely would have been Hork-Bajir attacks in. But 2 human guards, with Draken beams guarding a crate. And they're just holding out and sort of weaving around.
Yeah, Jaguar special without hesitation. I'm going to kind of pull back a little and let the Jaguar show me how to use the darkness to sneak up. And I want to leap across one of them with my blades while pouncing on the other. So the other one's my goal, but I want to leap across one of them since I'm covered in blades.
Okay. Let's just,
if that's possible.
Just fucking do it. And how are y'all on time, by the way? Because we are at time, but I would like to at least finish y'all rounds and get to the end of the enemy round. Because I can reduce it to that, so it's not an issue. How are y'all on time? So another 15, 20 minutes? How do y'all feel?
100% okay with me.
I can do that.
All right, cool. I don't want to keep y'all too much, but because I could cut it. But yeah, what are you gonna roll? Then we'll get to Arnica's turn.
This feels like skirmish.
You can skirmish. I will say your skirmish will give you a standard. Your rec would give you the greatest.
Well, I have 3 skirmish and 0 wreck, so I will go with the
Okay.
standard.
Yeah, it's okay. Get your standard
Roll
effect.
that
It's
one.
alright. The chimpanzee's like, oh my god! Sorry.
2 6s and a 5.
That is a
Damn.
critical success. The
Finally.
beautiful, amazing. No, so as you pounce over the first one, you're wanting to slash him, right? He kind of sees you coming, like at that last second, and holds up his Draken beam at you to shoot, but like does not expect a Hork-Bashir Jaguar. You literally slice his wrist off, and the Draken beam in the hand just goes sprawling, and he's like, no! And then like you, like without a second thought, like just grab onto the neck of the other one and take it down. Effie, you see as you're hanging out, only within the lights of this bug fighter, you see Tony go off plan. Like, he is an owl and he went after a woman. You can't quite get who she is from where you're at with Chimp Eyes. But you can easily see Riley going after these very two specific people that were guarding a crate. What do you do?
All right, so it's crate there. Tony's supposed to be knocking over his ship, and instead he's beating up a little lady.
Some little Hispanic woman just like,
Yeah.
So the thing is
fucking
that
white men. Sorry, no.
the thing is that I can make an attempt to help either one of them, and if it works, great. But if it doesn't, then we're all busted. I kind of feel like Effie has really kind of decided that she doesn't know what happens when you blow up an oil rig. So she just kind of wants to make sure that they definitely can't come back tomorrow after we're done or in a week and just try again with a new set of whatever the fuck it is we're here to destroy. So Effie's plan is kind of to see if there's anything she can turn off up in that main con tower. She's gonna try to blow the fucking rig itself.
Damn.
I mean, you guys have a really great plan. I like your plans. But just in case your plans don't work and we all die, this will blow up the whole rig.
Okay. You will have, did you also study with Javier? Like on a rig blueprint as a flashback?
Yeah.
Cool. Take that stress. So that you know that you also did the studying that was off camera. You and Javier just had a little like bonding moment while y'all also watched figure skating. Studying oil rig blueprints and like a standard blueprint, right? So you have a good idea of where this control tower is, or where, not even a control tower, but where to fuck the drill up, like to malfunction the drill. Or you can set it on fire. Like, what's your... There's oil on here. Like...
Okay. Now, you know that me as a person, I love to set some shit on fire. And I really just kind of...
That's some shit on fire.
That's some shit
Some
on
shit
fire.
on fire.
I got a piece so bad, but like...
Alright, so I think what her plan is going to be is to set some shit on fire, but set the control room on fire.
Set the control room on fire.
Burning down the house.
It's really easy. You can find gasoline tanks on the way up there. I'm still gonna have you. Well,
Oh God.
here's how this is gonna go. You make the roll, and I'll narrate how it's gonna go, like for you. So, what do you want to roll? I will say clearly, Wreck is the one that you should go for setting things on fire for your
that's
greatest
good, 'cause
effect.
Wreck is a strong one for me. I got 2 in Wreck.
There you go. You were
Let's-
also, I would like to point out, gifted an extra dice earlier today by my friend Alex. They Little Zeely subscribed earlier today and gifted you specifically an extra D. You have 2 extra dice. You have 2 extra dice, and you have an auto crit as well. I'd like to point that out.
Know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and roll one of those extra dice. So I'll be rolling 3d6.
There you
correct?
go. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's pop that. Pow! A 5, a 2, and a 1.
Okay, so a 5 is you do it with the complication. You're able to find a can of gas, essentially, like gas tanks, and you're a chimp. You're strong as fuck, dude. Like, I don't want to fight a chimpanzee. I'd actually rather fight a gorilla, to be honest with you. Look, the gorillas aren't mean. I'll put it to you that way. Chimpanzees are sons of bitches. They will rip off your face, and then keep you alive to continue to murder you, whereas a gorilla will just break your neck. So, you find the necessary means to do this. And you spread that gas around, and you look around, and you find, because where you find this is kind of the mess hall, like the kitchen, which is great because there's an oven that gives off natural gas, because of course it's natural gas.
Yeah, it's the best for ovens.
It's of course it's natural, but like, why would you have an electric stove out here? I don't know. Like, use all the natural resources, and you are able to spread that gasoline, and you see that gas, and you're like, cool. And you know those lighters, those kitchen lighters, you can just turn it on, and you know to leave it there. And to get the fuck out of there as soon as you can. Do you let everybody know what's happening?
I mean,
obviously you're gonna be like, I'm blowing this shit up.
I think the message that I'm going to send.
Look at that cat.
Hey, no, don't come stand here hollering. Look at her, she's gonna get right. I hope y'all don't want to watch me for the rest of this. I told you, skip popping. I hate you. Okay, so I'm just gonna send a message that I'm going to yell. I have started a fire. I'm not gonna tell them where, but I am going to gladly, just very loudly, start screaming. I have started a fire. I don't care who hears me. In fact, it may be best if everyone hears me and starts running all over the place.
Yeah, you send that thought speak to your friends. I've started a fire, a gas fire. And y'all all know what that means. I will take 2 seconds to pee, and then I'll have enemy turns.
Ow, girl, don't.
I'm so mad because like turning off the power was an important thing. I feel like I did a good thing.
No, it was
You
good.
did a great
It
thing.
was vital.
But I deeply, desperately want to get the fuck on that.
I mean, you really don't. I
Unfortunately,
just
you're
set it
allergic.
on fire.
Yeah.
Also, without the power, it would have been a lot harder for either Riley or I to do the thing.
Oh yeah, we would have got shot to hell if you hadn't turned that power off. So thank you.
Yeah, no. The charging the ship as a rhino with all the lights on was not really my first plan.
Still, I haven't got the chance to actually shoot anyone as a gorilla.
No, you did last season, and we're about to travel through time, maybe, or who knows what might happen. We might
Or we
explode
all
an
may
oil
just
rig.
die
Or we
Wall
just
break explosion.
explode.
I mean, you know, we can jump into the water. Hopefully it doesn't set off the nuke.
So how effective is this morph healing?
As long as you aren't already dead.
Yeah, as long as you're not dead.
Cool.
Girl, just lay your black ass down. Shit.
All right, I am about to have a cinematic scene here for y'all, so just sort of go with it if y'all don't mind. As y'all hear, I have started a fire in Effie's voice. You hear the sound of a second ship and a maniacal, familiar laugh for all of you. And there's no need for a microphone because Visser 3 can thought speak as an Andalite. And he's like, I almost didn't have to come here and ruin your plans, Visser One. Because it seems like the Andalite bandits are doing it for me, which is great. Because I get what does they say it here? A 2-for-1 freebie here on Earth? I think I like that quite much. And what you see Tony and Riley specifically, Visser One pushes past the guard that just, with a crowbar in her hand, pushes the guard past that you just murdered. Runs past you with this bar, and right next to you, Riley takes this bar and cranks it open, and she sort of looks at you with this look in her eyes. You know, she's just a Hispanic woman in her 40s, as far as you can tell, but it's just like, she ran fast here, because that bug fighter above you has a nuke on it, and it's gonna drop. And this is probably what's gonna save your lives. You probably don't stop her, I'm assuming. And she, like, eyes you and begins to fiddle. Javier.
Yeah.
You hear, like, everybody hears the thought speak. And Tobias and Axe are like, dive. Like, they're trying to go as far and deep away from this explosion as possible. And as you try to follow them, you are stopped with a tremendous amount of pain in your back. Because, again, literally, the whale wants to come out of you. And all of you are stuck as this bomb drops. And there is a flash. And Riley, you see Visser press a few of those buttons. And what the fuck happens and where the fuck you are, we'll find out next time.
Did you hear that shit popping?
So, we'll find out next time. So, thank you everyone for coming and showing up. We're gonna do our levels up in our after thing while we do our session 0, or not our session 0, our Stars and Wishes, just because we are running late today. So I want to be able to get you guys to promote yourselves and tell us where you can find you and all that great stuff. Obviously, first, hi, this is my channel. I'm Val. I live here. Literally in this house and on this channel. This is my space. I produce TTRPGs for me and my friends. As you can see on Wednesdays, we have Animorphs. We have 4 episodes left after this season, because this was episode 6, and things are happening. And then, normally on Saturdays, we have our Dragon Age game. We needed off last week, and we're not going this week because it was a scheduled day off because it's a holiday. So we will be back in 2 weeks on Saturday with that. I also, this month, will be starting over at Sword and Key. as I play some Brindlewood Bay. And I play every other Sunday at Nat One Heroes, or Natural One Heroes, some Dungeons and Dragons with Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. And I got something new coming. Something new coming this summer. I'll let you know when I can let you know. Some of you know. But that's me. Starting in that opposite direction. Where can we find you? What you doing, Arnica?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for popping by. I'm Arnica Ross. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Hive at ArnicaXRoss. Right now, I am slowing down for the spring. I'm just finishing up season 2 of Animorphs, and I'm getting ready to do a 4-shot mini-series for my birthday, because I will be 40 on the 22nd of this month. So we're going to have a 4-part Troika mini-series birthday extravaganza for my birthday over on Girls Run These Worlds. Starts next Friday the 14th at... This is my fucking show. You think I know what time it runs? I want to say 1:30. I'll have to check. It's late. I never know what time anything is Wednesday night. Y'all are lucky I know it's Wednesday night. I think my show starts at either 1:30 or 2 because I took our old alien time slot. But that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
I'm playing this.
Follow Girls Run These Worlds, please. Just do it. Just
Yeah,
follow it.
100%.
Like, it's just a thing. Because a lot of us hang out there. So.
And they have really good shows, so why not?
It's you.
I'm Nilsine. I am not doing a lot right now because I just recently went back to school.
Congratulations.
Which is good. I got A's for my first semester, so that's good. I didn't normally do that, so I was excited. Anyway, I'm on Twitter at @fell_strike. If I do end up doing things, I think I might be, but it's not really solid yet for anything.
Okay.
And I am next. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me Twitter and most other social media at Archival Dust Bunny. As far as where to find me, this Saturday night over on the Lost Caravan, we have the premiere of Fatal Ascension, which is our Fabula Ultima campaign that is starting. That is a TTRPG system inspired by the golden age of JRPGs. We have a great cast of characters and players for that. Come and meet Cadence, my time assassin, in a very magic tech fantasy type of world. That's this Saturday evening. Tuesday nights, you can find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice with Nostradamus Core Phantom Ice, our brand new Lancer miniseries that will be going on through the summer. We have a great cast. I don't know that I can talk about those characters yet, but come and check it out. Keep an eye on Thorny Dride's channel for U-Force Inheritance, our Masks actual play that is once a month. We just had to reschedule. It'll be sometime very soon this month that you will see it pop up. So keep an eye out for that. Catch the VODs over on their channel. In the meantime, if you enjoy Lancer, you can find me a Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We are back from hiatus, so there are new episodes if you've been waiting for those. And if you haven't started yet, give it a shot. We've been described as if Red versus Blue had its own Battlestar, as if Battlestar Galactica had its own Red versus Blue. I am very tired and my ADHD is going wild.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah. And then if you like Digimon, Digimon inspired things, check out Emergent Code, an upcoming queer and trans led Animon Story podcast. We have revealed our cast. We have our character art trailer coming very soon, and our first episodes here in about a month. But to stay up to date on that, you can find us on Twitter at Emergent Code Pod. And I have a bunch of other stuff coming up as well that I can't talk about, including a new show on Girls Run These Worlds very soon. So keep an eye out on Twitter and other social media for that.
I suppose it's me now.
Yeah, last but not least, that's for sure.
Hi, I am Raul Alejandro Gonzalez Rodriguez. You can call me Ollie or Lycus D Stratus anywhere apparently on the internet. I am the entire front page of Google if you search that name. Uh, and you know, I had some stuff coming up, but scheduling is a nightmare. So instead, I'm just gonna plug. Go to my website, deltacryptidproductions.com, and on there you can go to the services page, and I offer video editing, audio mixing, and you know, consulting work for a reasonable price, probably.
Don't sell yourself short for the price that you are worth.
Mhm.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. We are going to raid Lost Caravan RPG. They're playing a tabletop RPG that looks like it's. I forgot to read it, but Lost Caravan's a cool place. And we haven't rated them in a hot second, so we're gonna send them some love. As for the rest of us, we will see you see you in a week. So see you later. Bye. We're gonna go now. Goodbye.